Hey everyone, Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and in this video we're taking a look at the Barricade HD plate style full width rear bumper fitting 2021 and newer Broncos, excluding the Raptor. If you're looking to enhance your Broncos style and off-road prowess, take a look at this HD bumper from Barricade. This is a full width rear bumper that offers you plenty of style, function, and flexibility in one easy, affordable package. Diving right in, this is a full width bumper that's going to add some additional capability to your rig. Now on the sides here, this is going to cut up a lot closer to the body of the Bronco than your factory unit, so it's going to give you a better departure angle than stock as well. It's overall a pretty rugged look, and I think it gives the Bronco a bit more of an aggressive appearance than the factory setup as well. Now this one also includes these preset cutouts in the bumper for some extra style, and it gives you the ability to add some cube lights for more lighting out on the trail. Now there is a version of this bumper that is sold with lights if you don't already have a set, or if you just want to grab everything in one shot. So if that's more your speed, you can check that out on our site as well. But this setup is going to give you all the same benefits, and it saves you a few dollars on the initial purchase. Now, in these cutouts, you've also got these cool little mesh things. If you're not going to run lights, you can just have these covered up and have a nice little aggressive look to it. Now, just on the outside of these cutouts, you might have already noticed, you'll find some shackles to help you get out of any sticky situations. You can attach some nice hefty D-rings to these for, again, cooler looks and also the ability to pull yourself out. This bumper also features this large cutout right here in the center for your spare tire. So even if you've upsized your wheels and tires, you can have a full-size spare on the back to match, and you're gonna have the room to do it. Now this kit also includes a relocation bracket for your license plate. Now this is gonna work with your rear view camera and your spare tire mount. In fact, you have everything you need included in there. There's an extension for the light and the wiring harness, and you've got some extra lug bolts to put it right here in the center. Again, it's a pretty cool look, and it gets that up and out of the way. Now, perhaps most importantly, this bumper also includes provisions for your rear parking sensors. You can see them right here. Just pop those out and your sensors are going to fit right into the bumper here. So it keeps the full functionality of your Bronco intact, but you get the good looks, the additional capability, and the extra protection. And this was also designed to be a bolt-on installation too, so you don't have to modify your rig to get this fitted either. Now this thing is labeled as heavy duty for good reason. It's constructed from 3mm thick steel, so it's heavy, but it's also tough. It also gets a two-stage finish on top of that metal, starting with an epoxy pre-coating, and then it's topped off with this textured black powder coat finish. So this is going to stand up really well to the elements and provide you some solid protection from the bumps and bruises in both daily life and life out on the trail. And it's going to keep looking good and be well integrated too. Now this also does pair well with any of the different HD front bumpers that Barricade offers. So if you're looking for a matched setup, you're covered there as well. Pricing for this one comes in at about $650, and that makes it one of the more affordable full-width bumpers in the segment. Now this is a solid piece for a solid deal, and if you're after a more aggressive, more capable bumper for your rig, you really can't go wrong with this one. Installation is going to get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and you can expect the job to take you about 2 hours to complete. Now, like we discussed earlier, the bumper itself is just going to bolt right on. I do recommend that you have a friend on hand to help you out with this though, as even smaller bumpers like this one have quite a bit of weight to them, and they can be tricky to get into place and get those bolts started at first. With that though, let's head on out to the shop and we'll walk you through the installation process.
For this install, you will need an impact, an extension, 10, 13, 16, and 18mm sockets, the provided Allen wrench, a clip removal tool, flathead screwdriver, angle cutters, and also an extra set of hands to help you with the bumper. What's up guys? Today we're going to be doing a new rear bumper on our Bronco, so let's get started. So we've got our vehicle in the air and we've got our spare tire removed so we can access the bottom of the bumper. Now the first step we're going to do is unplug the parking sensor harness from our vehicle. Now this also includes the tag light as well. So if you just have the tag light, you just have to unplug that, but we have the parking sensors, so we'll unplug this plug and the plug on the other side as well. We pop that one out, and we'll go ahead and do the same for the other side. So now we're going to remove our bottom mounting bolts, which are also our tow hook mounting bolts. So it's these two 18mm bolts right here, as well as the two on the other side. So we'll grab our 18mm socket on our impact, go ahead and pop those off. Now these tow hooks are also held in by a little clip here. Normally you can just kind of pull on your tow hook and that'll pop right out. Now that we have this side done, we'll do the same thing for the other side. So now we've got an extra set of hands to help support the bumper while we remove these last two bolts. So we'll grab our 13 mil socket on our impact and go ahead and remove this 13 millimeter here and the same one on the other side, and then our bumper will come free. So now that we have our bumper off, we're gonna go ahead and disassemble a few things to access our parking sensor harness and go ahead and get that out, as well as our tag light. So what we're gonna do first is we have some clips holding our harness to the back side of this center bracket. So we're gonna use a flathead screwdriver and just kind of push those through. And then we're gonna use our clip removal tool to remove the rest that are accessible along the way. So go ahead and pop these out. Now we'll grab our clip removal tool and remove the rest of the clips holding our harness in. Just come in here, pop those out. We'll do the same for this side. Okay. So now we'll grab our 13 mil socket on our impact. You don't have to use an extension, it's just nice. We'll go ahead and pop these 5 bolts out, holding our center bracket in place. Go ahead and remove this bracket. So now we can go ahead and unplug our tag light connector first. We'll go ahead and grab that. Now ours is a little worse for wear, so it's kind of worn out. We'll go ahead and pop that out. And then we can remove our parking sensors from their mounting points, and they're held in by little prong tabs. So all you have to do is push out slightly on their retainers, and they should pop right out. Now you want to be careful not to drop or smack these on anything. You definitely don't want to damage these. So we'll go ahead and do that for the other 3 sensors and get our harness out. Now the last thing we need is our tag light itself. So we're gonna go ahead and come down to the tag light, push in on the 2 prongs. Now as you can see, ours is pretty loose, but yours should be pretty tight from the factory. We'll go ahead and push in on the 2 end prongs, and we can pop that through the front. We'll be able to grab that once we move the bumper. So now we've got our new bumper up on the table, and we're gonna go ahead and start adding a few things we need to put on here. Starting with our mesh cover panels. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our panel. We're gonna set that on the back side, lining it up with our mounting holes here. Then we're gonna take our provided Allen head bolts, all 4 of them, push them through the front. Then we're gonna add flat washers and our 10 millimeter locking nuts to the back side. So we'll go ahead and get our first one in. We'll go ahead in with our bottom 2. Then we can go ahead and tighten these down with our provided Allen wrench and a 10 millimeter socket extension on our impact. Go ahead and tilt the bumper up just to make things a little easier. Then we can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we can go ahead and install our edge panels here. We're going to go ahead and line those up with the mounting holes here. Now these have threaded nuts welded onto them. So we're going to take our provided combo bolts, come up under here, go ahead and get those lined up. Get them threaded in. And we can, again, use our provided Allen wrench to go ahead and tighten these down. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now it's time to install our parking sensors and harness onto our new bumper. So what we're going to need to do first is remove these factory little rubber grommets that are on our parking sensors. So we'll go ahead and just pop those right off, just like so. And we'll do that for all 4 sensors. You definitely don't want to discard these. You can hang on to them in case you need them. So in place of those, we're going to be installing our provided little fabric grommets here. So we'll go ahead and pop the center section out of these. We'll remove the cover for the adhesive backing on them. And then we'll go ahead and slide those right over the sensor onto their base. And then we'll do that for all 4 sensors, just like when we took the other ones off. So now we can go ahead and install our sensors into their new brackets that are on the new bumper. So we'll go ahead and, just like the factory style, they're going to slide in with the 2-prong retainers here. Go ahead and get those in, make sure that snaps into place and seat them properly. Then your harness is going to come under and kind of to the inside of this mounting bracket here. Go ahead and slot that in like so, make sure that's nice and seated. And then we'll go ahead and work our way down, install our sensors, do the same thing for the other side as far as harness routing, and we'll be good to go. So now, in addition to these retainers here, we're going to add our provided foam backer. It looks like a half moon shape like this, to the top of our parking sensor like so. And then we're going to add our clip retainer to the top of our 2 tabs here. Make sure that snaps on nice and tight. That's going to do a better job of holding our sensors in place. Then we'll do the same thing for the other 3. So now we can go ahead and come to the back of our frame here, and we're going to install our brackets into our frame. So we have these 2 threaded nuts here on our bracket that looks like this. This part is going to face the outside, lining up with these holes on the side of the frame. And these are marked with a D and a P. That's going to be for driver and passenger. So we're on the passenger side. We grab the one with a P. I'm going to go ahead and slide this in right here. It's going to go in between those 2 nuts for our factory tow hook mounts. Go ahead and line up with those holes. They're just going to sit right there for now. Then we're going to go ahead and install the other one on the other side. So now we're going to go ahead and install our tag light extension harness. So what that's going to do is come back down here near our frame rail so we can plug it into the factory plug on the harness side, and then we're going to do some light routing up through here, and then it's going to come out up here so we can attach it to our tag light on our relocation bracket that's going to be here at our spare tire. So what we're going to do is open our door. And we're going to drop the side that plugs into the harness. That would be this side here. Go ahead and just make sure that's kind of right around here, but it's out of the way of any exhaust parts or anything. We can easily secure this up out of the way. Just make sure that's down there. And this is going to come up here. Throw it back here for now. We're going to go ahead and remove these panels so we can kind of route it along with this harness and get it through our vents in the back door here, so it's an easy shot to our relocation bracket. So we've got a panel removal tool. We're going to go ahead and pop this panel out here. This is just held in with clips, so we can go ahead and give it a pull Now you want to be even with your pulling so you don't crease your plastic here. Go ahead and set this right back here. Then we're going to take our harness. Now we're going to make sure it comes inside of this hinge here because we don't want our harness to pinch on our door ram or our door or anything. It's basically going to come up just like so. And we're going to be able to secure this once we have it fully routed. We just want to make sure we have enough slack to get through here. So we'll go ahead and send our plug through. You can easily reach through to these vents. Now, if you don't feel like putting it through the vent, there's also another way that we'll show you to do this. So the alternative to the vent route, we're going to go ahead and take off this panel, pop it through here. We're going to run this plug. We can reach right back here, pull it through. And we're going to send it straight through our grommet where our other wiring for our brake light is already going. Now we already have a slit cut in our grommet. You will need to go ahead and cut a slit in yours if you want this to go through there. Go ahead and pop this out just to make it easier. So now that we have it out, go ahead and send our harness through. We have a slit cut in ours right here. We're going to come to the back side, send our connector through that. Now you still want it to be tight because obviously you want it to do its job of being reasonably waterproof. We can go ahead and set our grommet right back in place. We're going to hold that, pull a good amount of slack out. You want to have a good loop here to make sure you can plug your tag light in. Now we're going to grab a few of our provided zip ties and go ahead and secure this harness to our factory harness here. Once we have those on, we'll go ahead and grab our angle cutters and cut off the excess of our zip ties. Then we can go ahead and reattach our panels. So now we're ready to get our bumper on. We've got an extra set of hands just to help make things a little easier. So we're gonna grab our two 18mm bolts, lock washers and flat washers for the bottom mounting points where our factory tow hooks would go. And we'll go ahead and get those in, and then we'll get our two bolts in the side. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten down our two 18mm bolts here. That's going to bring our bracket up just a little bit to line up our 16mm bolts. So we've got our 18 mil socket and extension on our impact. And we can go ahead and get these installed. Then we'll go ahead and tighten those down with our 16 mil socket and extension on our impact. Then we can do the same thing for the other side. Now we'll go ahead and plug our parking sensor bracket harness back in. So we'll go ahead, those connectors right back into the factory equal connectors. We'll do the same thing for the other side. So now we'll go ahead and plug our tag light extension harness into our factory tag light connector. We're just going to bring that up over here. Remember to keep it out of the way of your exhaust or keep it from hanging down low. Just go ahead, plug that right in, tuck that up in there. So now we're going to go ahead and get our spare tire installed so we can install our tag relocation bracket and tag light. Now, this is going to be a little bit easier or harder depending on your specific wheels. Ours have a lot of spokes on them, so it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge, but all in all, it's a pretty simple process. So now we'll go ahead and thread our normal lug nut on. Now this is, again, wheel specific. You may have stock wheels, obviously we don't. So we'll go ahead and put our normal lug nut on here. Hand tight for now. Then what we're gonna do is reach behind here. We're gonna send that harness through our spare tire like so. So now we're going to grab our tag bracket and we're going to grab our lug mounting adapters here, and we're going to go ahead and thread those on to our lug studs. Get them hand tight. Right. Now we're going to go ahead and grab our factory tag light, send that up through our new mount. Go ahead and get that in position. That should snap in place. Then we'll grab our two 18mm bolts, lock washers and flat washers. And after we plug this in, just like so, go ahead and send this excess harness back. Get this lined up and go ahead and install our hardware. Then we'll grab our 18mm socket on our impact again and go ahead and tighten these down. And then you want to tighten down your regular lug nut, whichever specific tool you need for yours. Then you can go ahead and grab your threaded inserts for your tag mount and go ahead and pop those in. Then you'll be able to mount your license plate. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Barricade HD plate style full width rear bumper for your 21 current Bronco, excluding the Raptor. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Bronco, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.